Afternoon. My name is Henry Walker. It's about 11:03 according to my MacBook. Excuse my hair. Um, hey, you know, just not getting up out of the bed actually. Um, anyway, enough talking. I just kind of this video is I guess it's not a necessary response to a video. However, um, I'm going to address a few things that a user he was commenting on a previous video that I posted, and it was a lot of fallacious comments and posts, and nothing substantial. And he mentioned a few things that there has not been any particular claims for, or there's nothing scientifically backing it. I think the phrase that he used was a shred of evidence. So today I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to eliminate that so that you don't have that to rest on, because it's quite apparent that you don't have any, evidence that God does not exist. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shred your so-called quote-unquote evidence. Now, what I did state in my post is that science states that the universe consists of time, space, and matter. And that's where science begins. And I said, I went to the Bible and I said, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's the first verse of the Bible. And I mentioned to you, in the beginning, that's actually time, uh, the beginning of time, actually. Okay, which is the time part of science. God created the heavens, and I told you uh, that that was actually the sky. But I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you some actual Hebrew terms that you can go and define on your own. Shemayim is actually the Hebrew term, and it simply means heaven, the sky, the universe. And let me see, I'll spell it for you. It's ShamahYim. And you could, I don't know if you'd be able to Google it, but you can grab a lexicon and read it for yourself. So that's space, okay? Um, and the earth, which is matter. Now, you can't say that the earth is not matter. You can't say that the heavens is not space. And you definitely, certainly can't say the beginning is not a particular type of time. It's the beginning of time, which science defines those three attributes as the universe. Okay? All right. So, whether you want to, whether you haven't heard of a scientific backing of that or not, that just is what it is. And you'd have to be foolish to really read that and look past that. But let's go on, Father. You said that there's no particular claims of a soul. I'm going to have to say that that was a very, very unintelligent statement to make. The first thing that I would do if I was going to make a statement about a particular thing is I would understand what that thing is. Well, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 talks about man becoming a living soul. Okay, this is Bible, now this is biblical. So, uh, the Hebrew term here we have for soul is nephesh. Okay, nephesh, and N-E-H, F-E-S-H, lexicon it. And you'll find out here that the soul is simply a living being. Okay, the lexicon describes it and defines it as soul, self, creature, person, mind, living, emotions, things that pretty much make you a living being. So, in other words, according to what you're telling me, is that there's no scientific evidence that we have living creatures. Um, that would be kind of foolish. That's actually that's absurd. That's crazy. So I suggest to you that you know exactly what you're referring to before you post a comment or a video towards a person like myself who actually studies not only the Bible but science. So, and these are the small things. I'm not even going to the things where the science actually really, really fulfills the truth of the Bible. But this is just some things that you brought up, okay? Um, Miracles, and what I told you about miracles is that miracles are declared to be supernatural. There is no scientific information that's available that says how a miracle happens. If there was so, it wouldn't be a miracle. Okay? It wouldn't be a miracle. But do you not think that medications are not forms of miracles? How is it that you have a headache in because just because someone can study and come up with a type of medication that is supposed, you know, to cure a certain situation of a headache or a backache, well, isn't it not a miracle that that was able to be discovered? Is it not a miracle in the fact that whatever they're using actually makes it work? Whatever ingredient is in a medication actually makes it cures the situation, your headache or your backache. Is that not a miracle? I think it is because there's no scientific information that tells you exactly why it works. It tells you that it works and it's scientifically proven that it does. Okay, that's what miracles are. Okay, so um, furthermore, I think you said something about angels. Angels. Here we go. Let me tell you about angels. Angels are spirit beings. They are things that are made of the heavenly material. They reside in the heavens, according to scriptures. Okay. Well, what's the heavens? Well, we define the heavens to be the universe, the sky, the atmosphere. Hmm. So, what's in the sky? Stars are in the sky. Interesting. Even more interesting, if you go to the Bible and you go to the book of Revelation, the 8th chapter, uh-huh, we have a few things. Well, one thing in particular, we have John, which is the author of the book of Revelation. In the 4th chapter, he was raptured up in his spirit into the heavens. And he was in eternity. He saw the beginning and the end at the same time. And one thing is, he saw around the 8th chapter, he saw Satan take a third of the stars. Hmm, interesting, interesting, because later on, John says that these are angels, but to him they look like stars. What is actually taking place here in the book of Revelation is John is writing and he's trying his best to translate what he's seeing in the heavens to what we could understand. Later on in the 22nd chapter of Revelation, that he says that the streets were paved with gold but crystal clear. Well, we know the gold's not clear, but to John that's exactly what it looked like in the new earth. So he's making a very good attempt to get us to understand what it looks like to him. And to John, angels look like stars. Interesting. Now, there's no scientific information that backs that angels are stars. Well, the one thing is that since angels are from the heavenlies, then they are their rights to the earth is not so. Um, Angels were not created to reside here on earth. So, with that being said, they don't. They're residing in heaven. But the one thing is that is I find quite interesting is that a lot of times we see what we call UFOs, and it's quite interesting that it's unidentified. There's no scientific backing of it. Uh, but one thing that is always could possibly easily construed for what it may be is it could be a shooting star. Interesting. What time? How much time do I have here? I'm running out of time. Um, all of this video may not even upload, so um, if not, man, you know, uh, that's enough. That's enough. You know, so um, hey, it is what it is, man. I'm just gonna wait till the time expires here, so I can make sure I get like at least 7 or 8 minutes of it.